This was the last video of Suli, after which she took her own life. In her last Instagram live, she stated that I am not a bad person. Why are you guys talking bad about me?
나한테는. 그러니까 나한테 오해하지 마라. 난 나쁜 사람 아니야.
Like, what exactly went wrong? And are our idols really happy? Or are they just showcasing us a glass reality? See, your career as a K-pop idol is extremely short-lived, and in order to make the most out of it, many people start out at a very young age. Like Jungkook from BTS was just 15 years old when he got debuted, and Haein from NewJeans was just 14 years old. Not only are people interested to join this industry in such a young age, but the companies itself targets and try to collect as many minors as possible. The younger, the better, so that they can be given a good amount of training in order to filter out the best of the best.
친구가 있는데 왜 이렇게 또 안 되지?
So, as a trainee, you are made to entirely focus on becoming an idol, cutting you out from any kind of friends, family, and any other distractions. Like the members of the popular group Stacy are even banned from using mobile phones, though their company promised them to remove the ban after winning an award. But even after winning an award, the company failed to keep its promise. So, the only thing that you are allowed to do is practice, practice, and practice until you pass out. So, during this trainee phase, these idols are made to train up to 18 hours every day, which includes dancing, singing, learning Korean language, gym practice, and each of these things are monitored and evaluated at each point. And after such an amount of exhausting training, the only thing that these idols crave for is a good rest. But sadly, these companies doesn't even provide them a properly well-maintained dorms. And many of the idols talked about this in many of their interviews. Like RM from BTS stated that in his initial days, he had to share his dorm with 9 other trainees, and almost 30 members used to move in and out of the dorm. And the members of Blackpink also stated their dorm experiences, stating that their dorm was filled with cockroaches and centipedes. And Minji from NewJeans apparently used to go to her mother's home and come back at 2 a.m. because of the unlivable conditions of the dorm. So these idols are always under extreme pressure to prove themselves and feel lonely during their entire journey. And the only support that they have is their group members, because they are made to live together for 24/7. From getting up for the practice to going back to sleep, they're always kept together. And many a times, they're even restricted to interact with any other groups, even from the same company, especially with the opposite gender idol groups. Moreover, there is always a manager present with these female idols so as to keep them away from any kind of male interactions to prevent them from dating. And even if they start dating, there is always a risk of getting immense hate from their own fans. Let alone dating, these idols don't even get much say in what they can eat in a day, because they are always kept under strict diet, and they are always pressurized to maintain an extremely thin figure. Like once, RM and V from BTS went out on a walk and bought an ice cream, but upon seeing a car which was similar to the manager's, they immediately rushed over and even hid their ice cream in their pocket so as to not get caught. So this might seem funny to us, but it shows how strict the rules are.
와서 몸무게. 저희가 최대 많이 잰 게 하루 10번 재요, 몸무게를. 이제 먹는 게 힘들어서 부모님 외출도 이제 금지를 시키고.
And moreover, these companies at times ask these idols to lose weight in an extremely short amount of time. And to achieve this, these idols go for completely weird diets. Like Momo from Twice was asked to lose 15 pounds of weight in a matter of weeks, and after which she went to extreme diet where she just ate ice cubes for an entire week. Moreover, these companies at times suggest or even force these idols to get plastic surgery done in order to fit in the so-called beauty standards. Though at times, some idols are appreciated for getting a job done, while the others, they're endlessly hated and trolled. So seeing all these things, it seems that these companies are investing a good amount, but this doesn't come for free. There is always a cost associated with everything. To get the training in order to become an idol, you need to pay a training fee. But since this is extremely costly, the companies itself pay for this. But in return, they take out a major chunk of the group's revenue, marking up to 90% of the total revenue during their initial years. And the left out money is now required to be divided equally among the group members, leaving them with little to nothing. So, in order to get more money, these idols even work for part-time jobs. Like Crazy Grace, a former K-pop idol and a YouTuber, stated that she also had to work for part-time jobs even after her debut, and many of her fellow idols also had to do the same in order to survive. Moreover, there are even other things that the company have control over these idols, as during the trainee phase, each of them are required to sign a contract with the company, and these contracts aren't any better than the slave contracts. So, until the contract is intact, the company controls everything from the idol's dating life to their collaboration with brands, the songs they are gonna perform, or anything as matter. And if you're a foreign trainee, get ready to get a much worse treatment from these companies. And at times, this discrimination from these companies is so intense that some idols even leave their group. EXO is a popular example for that. Like 3 EXO Chinese idols left their group because of the unfair treatment they were getting by the company. Okay, now let's say you're debuted as an idol. After going through all that intense training and meeting the beauty standard, now you might think it is going to be an easy sale, but this is far from the truth. As an idol, everything you do, say, and post is dissected and discussed. Your past, present, future, everything is under the eyes of public, and you are always treated to constant criticism. Like Kim Garam was forced to leave the group just after a week of her debut for a bullying scandal, and Lucas was accused of cheating on multiple girls and other allegations which had affected his career in a pretty bad manner, though everything of it wasn't true. So, as an idol, you got to be extremely careful and need to have a clean image. And if you had any case of bullying in the past, get ready to say goodbye to your career. Not only that, these idols are given unnecessary amount of hate for particularly no reason. Like recently, Irene from Red Velvet received extreme amount of hate and backlash for just carrying the book Kim Jo-yoon, born 1982. Though this might seem extremely unreasonable, but believe me, as an idol, you can get hate for anything. Similarly to her, many idols get unnecessary amount of hate, and they are always subjected to extreme amount of cyberbullying. So all of this makes it extremely mentally challenging for these idols, and because of this, many of the idols face mental health disorder like insomnia, depression, anxiety, and many other things. And at times, all of this could make them take an extreme decision, like Kim Jong-un from SHINee took his own life because of depression, and he left a suicide note stating that he was broken inside and that he couldn't fight it anymore. And just after that, Suli from FX took her life because of the immense amount of hate she was getting just because she was trying to lead her life in her own way. And many of these idols at some point or the other felt this way and tried to take their life, but luckily it did not end that way. So what we see and think about this K-pop idol life is extremely different from the actual truth and is also extremely inhuman. So let's just not spread any more unnecessary hate and let them feel happy and safe about who they are. So thanks for watching, and if you like this video, do like it and share it with your K-pop friends, and also comment who is your favorite K-pop idol. So for more such videos, stay tuned.